Latisha Scott has recently set the internet on fire with a shocking revelation about her marriage to Marsau Scott, better known as Marsau, from the hit reality show Love and Marriage, Huntsville. In an unexpected move, Latisha dropped a bombshell that will forever change the dynamics of their relationship and the reputation of the Scott family. At 43 years old, Latisha has been through a lot, but this revelation takes things to a whole new level. She has exposed her husband's secret affair with a woman who wasn't just another fling, but someone much closer to their world. And what's worse, Marsau's affair led to a new child being born. This drama has everything: betrayal, deceit, secrets, and the kind of twists that fans never saw coming. For years, viewers of Love and Marriage, Huntsville have followed the Scott family's roller coaster journey, especially Latisha and Marsau's relationship. Despite the ups and downs, Latisha stood by her husband's side, even when rumors of his infidelity and deceit began to circulate. Marsau always had the image of a confident, successful businessman, the patriarch of the Scott family, the man who could do no wrong. Yet, behind this polished image, the truth about his actions was slowly unraveling, and Latisha had just discovered it in the most shocking way possible. It all started when Latisha, after years of dismissing rumors, found a series of messages on Marsau's phone that would completely shatter the image of their perfect life. These weren't just random texts, they were the smoking gun that exposed a long-running affair Marsau had been hiding. Marsau wasn't just cheating, he had been hiding a secret baby, a new addition to the family that he never told Latisha about. The reality of this betrayal hit Latisha like a ton of bricks, and the pain was only compounded when she realized the person Marsau had been involved with was someone she had trusted. Not only had Marsau been cheating with someone, but he had also been keeping this affair a secret for months, even going as far as to hide the woman's pregnancy. This bombshell revelation didn't just rock Latisha to her core, it sent shockwaves through the entire Love and Marriage, Huntsville cast and fans alike. Marsau had always portrayed himself as the family man, the dedicated husband who was all about loyalty and commitment. But as the truth began to unfold, it became clear that Marsau had been leading a double life, one that Latisha had been blissfully unaware of for far too long. The woman behind this secret affair, whose identity Latisha eventually uncovered, turned out to be someone very close to the Scott family. Not only had Marsau been involved with this woman, but she had also been in their social circle for years. This twist added another layer of betrayal, as Latisha had welcomed this woman into their lives without realizing that she was secretly involved with her husband. Latisha felt utterly deceived, not just by her husband, but also by someone she considered a friend. This betrayal was different from the others. It wasn't just about infidelity, it was about trust being broken on every level. As Latisha pieced together the timeline of events, it became clear that this affair wasn't some isolated mistake. Marsau had been living two lives, and it wasn't just about sneaking around behind Latisha's back. It was about planning and covering up the affair, hiding it from the public, and trying to maintain the facade of a perfect family. This wasn't just a momentary lapse in judgment. This was a calculated effort to deceive the very people who trusted him the most. For Latisha, this was a betrayal of the highest order. She had been the one to defend Marsau against all the accusations and rumors over the years, but now the truth was undeniable. Latisha's decision to confront Marsau about the affair was not an easy one. For years, she had stayed silent, choosing to trust her husband and put her faith in their relationship. But once she found the evidence, there was no turning back. She had to face the harsh reality that her marriage was built on lies. The moment she revealed Marsau's affair to the public, Latisha not only exposed his betrayal, but also took control of the narrative in a way that no one expected. For the first time, she wasn't just the supportive wife trying to hold everything together. She was standing up for herself, telling her story, and taking back the power that had been stripped away from her. While Latisha's public confession empowered her, it also put her in the midst of a media storm. Marsau, on the other hand, was left trying to defend himself and salvage his reputation. His confident demeanor crumbled in the face of Latisha's accusations. He tried to apologize, but it was clear that his words were too little, too late. The damage had been done, and Latisha wasn't buying his apologies. For her, the trust had been irreparably broken, and there was no going back to the way things were. But the fallout from this affair wasn't just about Marsau's actions, it was about the children involved, and the effect this scandal would have on their family dynamic. Latisha was faced with the painful reality of explaining this betrayal to her children, and that was something no one could prepare her for. The children were now aware of their father's infidelity, and the impact this had on their family was heartbreaking. As Latisha processed the pain of the affair and its consequences, Marsau was left dealing with the fallout from the public's reaction. Fans who once admired him as the successful family man were now questioning his integrity, and many began to turn their backs on him. The public's perception of Marsau had shifted dramatically, and the pressure was building as his personal life became fodder for the media. In an attempt to make things right, Marsau offered several apologies, but nothing seemed to stick. His marriage, once seen as unbreakable, was now hanging by a thread. The shocking part of this entire affair wasn't just that Marsau had cheated, it was that the woman involved was someone close to Latisha's world, someone she had known for years and trusted. The level of deceit was staggering, and Latisha was left to question everything she thought she knew about her husband and the people around her. As the scandal unfolded, fans were left wondering what would happen next. Would Latisha stand by her husband despite the betrayal, or would she choose to walk away from a marriage built on lies? The questions surrounding this situation were endless, and the answers were yet to come. But one thing was certain. This was a pivotal moment in Latisha's life, and her decision would have lasting consequences for her family and her future. Marsau, now caught in the web of his own lies, was faced with a difficult choice. Would he continue to fight for his marriage, or would he let Latisha go? The drama was far from over, and the consequences of his actions would continue to reverberate throughout his life. Latisha's response to the affair would set the stage for what was to come next, and fans were eager to see how this scandal would ultimately unfold. In the end, Latisha Scott's revelation was more than just about a cheating scandal. It was about taking control of her own life, reclaiming her power, and not allowing herself to be a victim of her husband's deceit any longer. While the road ahead may be difficult, Latisha's strength and courage in the face of this betrayal show that she's not willing to settle for anything less than the truth. As for Marsau, he now has to deal with the fallout of his actions and decide if he can ever rebuild the trust he shattered. The answers to these questions will come in time, but for now, the drama is far from over, and it's clear that the Scott family will never be the same again. As the scandal continues to unfold, Latisha Scott's bold decision to go public with the truth has left everyone in her circle questioning the future of her marriage. For years, Marsau had been portrayed as the devoted husband and father, but this shocking revelation has shattered that image. It has also raised a significant question. Can a marriage survive such a devastating betrayal? The tension surrounding Latisha's next steps is palpable, and the public is watching closely to see if she will ultimately choose forgiveness or walk away. Latisha's decision to go public with her truth was not an easy one. By confronting Marsau's betrayal head-on, she took a stand that not only empowered her, but also set the stage for a dramatic shift in her personal life. She no longer wanted to be just the wife standing by her husband's side, brushing off accusations and justifying his actions. Latisha wanted her voice to be heard and her pain to be acknowledged. She wanted to reclaim her narrative. By making the affair public, Latisha took control of her life and started the healing process. However, Marsau's response to this public confession has not been as strong as Latisha's. His apologies were filled with regret, but they lacked the sincerity and depth that Latisha needed to heal. The damage he had done went beyond the affair itself. It was about the lies and the trust that had been broken. Marsau's previous actions had set the stage for this betrayal, and Latisha's decision to expose him showed that she was done covering up for him. This revelation also had wider implications for the rest of the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast. Latisha's closest friends, including Melody, Martell, and others, were watching to see how she would handle the situation. Some were quick to support her, while others had doubts about whether she could ever truly forgive Marsau for what he had done. Regardless of where her friends stood, one thing was clear. Latisha's decision would not only impact her marriage, but would also shift the dynamics of their entire social circle. While Marsau was reeling from the consequences of his actions, Latisha was left to pick up the pieces. Her family had been shattered, and now she had to figure out how to explain the situation to their children. The betrayal had affected more than just her emotions. It had affected the family unit that she had fought so hard to protect. This new reality was something Latisha had to face, and it wasn't easy. The public scrutiny also took its toll on Marsau. As more details of the affair came to light, his public image, once pristine, began to crumble. Fans who had admired him for his strength and family values now saw him as a man who had lived a double life, and many turned their backs on him. The whispers of his actions spread beyond the show's fan base, and his reputation became tainted. As the pressure mounted, Marsau was forced to reckon with the damage he had caused not only to his marriage, but also to his family and public image. Now, with his marriage on the brink of collapse, Marsau is faced with the question of how to move forward. Is there a way for him to repair the damage he has caused, or has the betrayal gone too deep? Can Latisha ever trust him again after everything that has happened? These are questions that have no easy answers, and as more details continue to surface, the situation only becomes more complicated. For Latisha, the road to healing is just beginning. She has shown incredible strength in confronting the truth and exposing the lies. But the emotional weight of the betrayal is something she will have to carry for some time. It's clear that this experience has changed her, and her path forward will be shaped by the lessons she has learned. Whether she chooses to rebuild her marriage or walks away for good, one thing is certain. Latisha Scott is no longer the same woman she was before the affair came to light. Marsau, on the other hand, has a long road ahead of him if he hopes to rebuild his life and regain the trust he has lost. His journey will require more than just apologies. It will take real, meaningful change. But whether or not he can prove himself worthy of Latisha's forgiveness remains to be seen. As the fallout from this scandal continues, the rest of the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast, the fans, and the public will continue to watch with bated breath. Will Latisha stay by Marsau's side, or will she choose to start anew? Will Marsau take responsibility for his actions and show that he is capable of change? And most importantly, what does this mean for their family and the future of their relationship? The answers to these questions will unfold in the coming weeks and months, but for now, the drama between Latisha and Marsau Scott is far from over. This entire scandal has revealed just how fragile the facade of perfect marriages and happy families can be. What seemed like an unshakable bond between Latisha and Marsau has been fractured, and it's unclear whether it can ever be repaired. As Latisha faces the aftermath of this betrayal, she has made it clear that she will not be silenced and will not accept a life of lies. The public's eyes remain fixed on her, wondering what her next move will be and what it will mean for her family's future. Latisha has taken the first step toward reclaiming her power and defining her own future. Whether or not Marsau will be part of that future is something only time will tell. But one thing is certain. This scandal has irrevocably changed the Scott family, and nothing will ever be the same again. Latisha Scott's revelation is just the beginning of a much larger story, and as the drama unfolds, the world will continue to watch, waiting to see how the Scott family's world continues to crumble, and whether redemption is even possible for them. The next chapter in their lives is bound to be filled with even more twists and turns.